wake up with passion and gratitude as I start my day with determination and laser-like focus to be at the top of my game. I have an unwavering belief in my ability to succeed. I have the courage to follow my heart and my intuition. I swim upstream and challenge the status quo. I will not settle for a life of mediocrity. I do not succumb to destructive spiral of negativity, but choose to see each challenge as an opportunity. I dream big, but also embrace the magic of tiny steps, knowing each one is moving me closer to my goal. I may fall, I may fail, I may lose it all, but with every blow I get stronger. With every mistake, I get wiser. With every challenge, I become braver. I face adversity head on. I'm an innovator, a job creator, but above all, a nation builder. I was made to do great things, to contribute to something larger than myself. I can adapt, I can change, but I will never, never surrender. All right, a very big morning. Happy Absa Small Business Friday. Spring has arrived, a great time of the year, and of course, always an important day amongst the small business community. And we're very excited. Of course, we've just come out of the Business Show Africa, and I know many of you attending this morning have been there over the past 2 days, and you would have also noticed the massive frenzy behind building up for today, Absa Small Business Friday. It's such an important movement. And of course, just for those out there who are not quite sure what the movement is all about, well, let me give you a quick insight. Absa Small Business Friday is the biggest movement that mobilizes the nation to go big by supporting the small. Because if you and I can support our local small businesses, these small businesses will build infrastructure, employ more from the local communities, hence meaningful nation building. It's widely known that the future of jobs are coming from small business. The only alleviator of unemployment of the future is small business. So you and I, the country, big business, government, we have an incredibly important responsibility to go out there and support the small. We do know it's challenging out there. So please, guys, today is a mindset change. If you're not already supporting at least one small business every day, please make that change and go out there. Start today. After our discussion this morning, please go out there and really build the frenzy, encourage others to follow the movement, and really help us make a difference to the nation, because this is the future of not only our community, but throughout the world. So, of course, this morning is exciting. It's a 45-minute odd online, and I'm led to believe it's one of the highest attending online events to date. So people are excited out there. I'm watching the chat box. It's building on a frenzy. So, and of course, a couple of important notes. If for whatever reason you lose one of us, we'll be back. Remember, we've got a few people on this morning, and we're all from different places. So technology can sometimes be challenging, but the message stays to point. So, and of course, another very important point out there is that this live stream will be available on a replay, which is also very important. So hang in there, enjoy the moment, celebrate with us. We're excited, and I know that you're all excited out there to be part of this important event and, of course, the incredibly important movement. So before we kick off, I'd just like to thank, of course, Absa for the headline sponsorship for a number of years of this incredibly important movement. You know, Absa, I'm a big fan of Absa. I've been with Absa for many years, even before Absa, Trust Bank. And then, so I'm very passionate behind Absa. They've been an incredibly important support, not only to me personally, but to the NSBC organization. They're passionate about small business. They're committed to small business. A very big welcome to you. And Audrey, a very big welcome to you. I know that your stories are incredible. You know, I was talking with you offline earlier, and sometimes, you know, we don't know the true story behind people like yourselves. And just to give insight to all our attendees out there, well, Ngisi Nkosi, he is the man behind Maths and Science Center. He's also the National Startup Champion last year at the South African Small Business Awards. an incredible story born out of the pandemic. And then we've got Audrey Williams, an enormous story full of challenges, but and of course, Kyalicha Cookies. And right now, I'm right next to the convention center, Sandon Convention Center, where we hosted the business show. And here in my hotel, as always, Kyalicha Cookies. So, Audrey, congrats to you and what you've done. And I'm going to have a bit of an engagement with you to share some insights about Molingisi, yourself, and Audrey. And if you allow me, I'd just like to get started on that. Uh, I'll ask you both the same questions because I think, and this is what I chose not to do. I don't want to tell the audience out there about you. I want you guys. Let's start with ladies first, Audrey. Tell me a little bit about yourself and your business.
So I'm Audrey Williams, a managing director at Kylie Cookies. We started in 2005 at the Ubuntu Training Center in Kailicha. And it was a project that started because of donations of large corporates of ingredients. And there was a lady who then trained the staff in Mfuleni how to hand bake and hand pack artisan cookies. And soon the sponsorships ran dry, and the ladies had to walk with baskets in town selling these cookies to afford more raw ingredients to bake more cookies. And still till today, that is exactly the principle of what our business stands for. Everything is hand baked, hand packed. All the women we employ are from informal settlements. Most of them cannot read, write, or speak English, making them unemployable by worldly standards. And by hand baking and hand packing, what takes us 40 days to bake takes a machine 1 day. And with very little support, we bake at less than 0.1% net profit. So it is an incredibly difficult business to keep going. And I take full financial risk for this business, yet I only own 37% shareholding in the business. The most important members of our business, the staff, own majority shareholding. So it is a true South African, let's take hands, let's cross our differences when it comes to religion, to race. Let's build South Africa back together, one employee at a time.
Great stuff, Audrey. And you know, well, Jesse, I know you've got an incredible story as well. I'm going to have to say it. I mean, you know, the pandemic caused a lot of problems for a lot of people, but not so much for you, Molingisi. Please tell me a little about yourself and your business.
Thank you so much, and good morning to you, Mike, and to the rest of our viewers from the Absa Small Business Friday. I'm so excited to be a part of this panel today. So, as you rightfully have just introduced me, my name is Mobilising, and I'm the founder of the Mobilising Maths and Science Center. What started, as you rightfully said, as a channel, a YouTube channel during the height of the pandemic, as the right response in a time of crisis. I mean, if you remember very well, at the time during lockdown, some of the schools in under-resourced areas were not able to continue with teaching and learning. And so with my small phone camera, camera phone rather, and, just a page and a paper, I started producing content online so that they could access it. But today, this initiative has grown to become a fully fledged center. And we provide after school support, we do matric upgrades, we've got matric upgrade programs, we've got STEM focused initiatives that go all the way from math science, we do robotics and coding, we do entrepreneurship and leadership, and really truthfully our goal is to make education accessible. We want to make sure that the youth of our country can access learning at an affordable, price, first of all. But if we can, we are going to democratize it to all the four corners of our nation.
No, that's I can see you smiling there, and but what we all know out there, I mean, the challenges are immense, and we know that the honeymoon is over quite quickly. But and this is what I'm going to ask you, Audrey. It may sound like a crazy question, but I have to ask you, why did you start your business?
It was due to an outreach we did at the Brooklyn Chest Hospital, where we would go in and assist the nurses every second Saturday with kids. And we would help them to just give tummy time and give the kids some life care and attention and play with them. And every second week, we would go back, and some of the kids didn't survive. And what was an amazing initiative ended up becoming absolutely gut wrenching. And I asked the difficult questions. Why? Why is it kids from poorer areas that end up contracting this disease? Why do we go in, no masks, no sanitizer, and yet we don't get sick? And it was one Saturday morning where the nurses gave me this small little baby girl called Nolatando. And sorry, I cannot speak about her without not getting emotional. And I had to give her 15 milliliters of milk. And I realized if I don't give it to her, she's not going to make it. And God broke my heart over that little girl. And I prayed over that little girl. That little girl is 17 years old now. I still follow her journey. She's got no idea I exist. So I gave up my very good paying job, all the benefits, at a very young age of 26, to pursue this business called Kylie Cookies. So I joined them in 2007 with the vision that we will employ 1,000 ladies plus. Because I know behind every lady we employ means 5 to 7 children do not form part of these statistics. And I think for all of us listening out here today, and it's something that keeps me awake at night, it's something that continually breaks my heart. 1 in every 5 children in South Africa die in hospitals under the age of 5 due to malnutrition. We are no longer at a point in South Africa where we can sit, earn a good income, and not feel the pain and the burden of looking after our kids. And that is what also, it drives our business. So we find solutions to keep trading. And so sorry for getting emotional. I should not get emotional about this, but that is the passion that drives our business. That is what makes us find solutions all the time.
You know, Audrey, your passion and your emotion is incredibly amazing, and it's positive, and and that's why you love what you do so much. And I know your story, and to be emotional about what you do is a huge trait, and I commend you for that. And you know, it's that's what life is all about as an entrepreneur. So, you know, over the past 2 days, most of my time, I talk a lot about challenges and embracing failure, and you know, it's part and parcel of the drive of getting to where you want to be. And and let's start again with you, Moligisi. You know, what has been your biggest challenge so far en route?
Sure. Thank you for the opportunity again. I think one of the biggest challenges that we face is sustainability. You've got, here it is, you've got this great idea. Your heart is in the right place. I mean, Audrey, when you talk about your story, there's a lot of emotion that's there. There's a lot of passion. You want to do a world of good. But, you have to play a balancing act, between creating programs that are affordable, that are accessible, whilst, being able to keep afloat, covering your cost for staff. Right now, I mean, I'm streaming from my office. The technology, you do need to get the technology going, the facility, just the upkeep of our office. So we've really tried to overcome this challenge in so many different ways. But really, to be honest with you, I think sustainability of doing what we do has been quite an immense challenge. Of course, we've tried to try to create different to diversify rather revenue streams. We've grown our YouTube channel so that more people are aware of what we do. We've grown now to over 300,000 subscribers, so which is great. That means that we are out there, people know about us. But when you think about the essence of what we are, who we are as a business, is that we really wanted to democratize STEM education. We know that our country is sitting on the brink of a crisis right now in terms of STEM education. If you just think about it, every single year we seem to have an increasing number of students that are dropping out of mathematics as a core subject. And what does it mean? It means impact for our economic growth is impacted, not only now, immediately, but you're looking at the future impact of it. And so for me, I think that's why I am still adamant that this is the direction to go. My conviction is still there, as difficult as it is. I'm sitting here, Mike, and I have to be honest with you. I was looking at our financials. Not everything is as rosy as it should be, but still, I am adamant that I still want to continue this initiative, and definitely we are going to prevail ultimately.
Of course you will. I mean, look at the people on your chat. Look there. Thousands of these people love you guys, man. Deepers. I've never seen a chat box run so quickly. So I know, Audrey, you've been through significant challenges. I know that. I mean, what has been your biggest challenge? And Audrey, and it's okay to be emotional. And how did you overcome this challenge?
So I think my biggest challenge was when we did a farmers project where we helped the farmers in the drought-stricken Karoo in 2016 to 2019. And I was in a terrible car accident on the 7th truck delivery, which left me out of work and over 20 surgeries later to keep my arms. And the business had to go on without me being there for 2 years, 2 whole years. And the only thing I said to Eunice, my fellow director, is make sure the customers are happy. They are the ones who pay the salaries. I will work with the finances when we get back. So yes, we had to rebond our house, not once, twice, to keep the business afloat in that time period. But not only did the staff keep our customers happy, they won the Best Customer Service Delivery Award for a cookie supplier in South Africa and Africa. And the hard lesson that I've learned out of that is that, you know what, when you sow into your staff's lives, they will take care of you when you can't take care of yourself. And when it comes to the day-to-day running of the business, because we manufacture at less than 0.1% net profit, even the large banks look at us and we give through proposals and, like apply for finance, and they go, literally, are you crazy? Are you insane? Look at your books. You ain't going to get money from us. We're not going to borrow you money. You're too high risk. So we have to run this business on literally a COD basis. And when it comes to new product or new equipment invested, it becomes very challenging. Um, and we started approaching large corporates to say, help us through your SED fund, help us through your CSI initiatives, give us a 5-year interest-free loan to acquire equipment. So you sit on this deal where you can employ another 30 people. But the hold up is that one oven at the price of 900,000 that you need to purchase. And we're at that same boat again right now. So that makes it very difficult, not being able to go to a bank and go, here's the deal. We need to pay this off. We need to secure equipment. So that makes it very difficult. And I've been challenged over and over again to bring this business to at least a 10% profitability to enable us to actually secure bank finance to grow this business. So that is our biggest and most challenging daily things. Our fuel pain. I'm going to say, when it comes to month end, there's not a month end that we don't go, oh, how are we going to pay all the bills? We pay weekly wages. So, yeah, but looking back, it's 19 years down the line, we're
Wow.
still paying. We still didn't drink one supplier. There was not a month that we didn't go back. And just on a note, when you have a small business and even a large corporate, never shy away from picking up the phone and speaking to your suppliers. You need to do business honest, ethically. If you see you're going to run into trouble, before month end comes, you pick up the phone, you make arrangements. Your word needs to be your honor. If you commit to then pay by the 14th of the next month, make sure you pay on the 30th, because that brings credibility. That brings suppliers your way that will walk this journey with you. And we discovered that through COVID. It was our suppliers who allowed us to pay on 90 days of injury that kept our business going.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And, excuse me, you mentioned the word insanity, and and I don't know if you've ever heard that. In many occasions, it's what insanity does causes success. So, and sometimes we have to be a bit insane to be able to get to where we want to be. But great. I want to ask, as you can see, the chat box is, I've never seen it like this before.
Oh, goodness.
And there's a lot of heartache out there. There's a lot of challenges, and most of our attendees this morning are business owners of SMEs, and I would say in the most are going through challenges. I'm going to ask both of you. It's an important question. What bit of advice, important advice, the most important, could you give these business owners out there today? Well, Ngisi, let's start with you.
Sure. Um, I'm not sure if I qualify to give any advice, but I'll take my shot. um, Mike, I think the one thing about business is that, first of all, it's a conviction thing. I'm watching Audrey as she, talks about her story, and you cannot miss how palpable that conviction is behind what she's doing. Yes, ultimately we're going to be selling products. Ultimately, we're going to provide services, but I mean, it starts from a place of passion. If I cannot subscribe to my own business, right? If I'm not willing to purchase my own products as a business, then I have no business trying to convince someone else to do so. So I really think that firstly, it takes more than just passion. All right, I've learned that the hard way. It takes more than just passion, but passion is the fuel that you need. But what you also need is to create structures. Ooh, I cannot emphasize that enough. You need to create structures. You need to create systems. You need to create financial discipline. I'm learning that. Audrey, you just spoke about how once you make a commitment to pay at a certain on a certain date, make sure that you honor your word. So that is how you grow. I've learned that one requires skills, and so it's important for one, firstly, to also get mentorship. It's also important for one to get into some program that's going to help you with mental health as well, just in case things go south, but it's important for one to learn also the skills of budgeting. Uh, I mean, we mean well in terms of our business. You think that anyone would just open their purses and voluntarily, but the reality is that we need to be still able to pitch, to build partnerships. Here we are at the small business, Absa Small Business. We're part of a group of people who are going to inspire us. And thank you to those. I'm seeing the comments on the on the chat line, and I'm absolutely gobsmacked. And yeah, but I think in essence, I think just know your business through and through. Know your numbers. It's important for you to do that at an earlier time. When you start, as I said, build systems. It's important for one to be able to build systems. It's an ongoing thing. Sometimes you get staff members, and the business is going, and unfortunately, some people move on, and you have to try and still keep afloat. But the reality is, you just need to be able to have a structure and build systems. I think that's the word that I can advise to anyone out there.
Well, Audrey, closing words from your side on that note. What would you say?
Um, I would say employ people that challenge you. Apologies. In as part of your team. So that is the one thing you always want to employ, fellow, like peers that thinks the same as you, that would back you in all the decisions you get. I went the flip side. I employed people that challenge me on a daily basis. And for me, that is the true character of our business, because that allows you to not just go, oh, yes, Audrey said so, so we have to do it. You are challenged to think from A to Z, and then Z to A back again with employing people that challenge you. Secondly, I call them the grey beards. So that is your mentors. The insight those amazing people give into your life. And boy, they will challenge you, because I think once you hit 60 plus, no disrespect, you're in love. So you call a spade a spade. You don't take nonsense anymore. And that for me is great, because when you run your ideas past your greybeards, they will tell you straight how it is. And a greybeard for me, I'm blessed with five. I wouldn't have been able to run the business to this day if it wasn't for them. And then the very last thing, to everybody that's out here today, Mike, you started by saying support local business. I
Yeah.
actually challenge people who come and visit our factory, and I say to them, weekly or monthly, whenever you go and you put groceries in your trolley, when you get home, I want to challenge you to pack it out on the kitchen counter. Go do your research. How much of that products are actually locally manufactured?
Mm.
You will be surprised that more than 80% of your basket that you will have bought is not from South Africa. And I mean, every time I go through that, I just think and I imagine if we could build a South Africa where we support small businesses, where we support local. Imagine how we can turn this country around in unity, in support. So that's my last thoughts is, where you can, large corporates, small businesses, support your locals. And it's an easy word to say. It's a lot more difficult to do. Go do your research. Go support the small businesses.
Absolutely. So, Audrey, now we can see why Audrey is the national community champion at the end of last year at the South African Small Business Awards, and why Moringisi is the national startup champion at the awards at the end of last year. And I can tell you something that they didn't imagine for one moment that they were going to be champions in
Yeah.
small business. And my encouragement to everybody out there is that our next big one is the South African Small Business Awards coming up. And if you haven't entered, because everybody who wins over the many years doesn't believe that they can win. And it's those people who don't believe they can win go on to win. It takes you to another level. So there it is, Small Biz Awards. So to all our attendees out there, please, if you haven't entered, enter. It's absolutely to me one of the most emotional events of my year. They're all emotional, but it just kind of you see the real stories like Audrey and Mulingisi coming out from many people. So if you haven't done that, please do. But of course, I'm going to bring Big Nesh back on. Big Nesh, I know he's extremely mobile and he apologizes, but let's hope his connection is good. He's taking his time out this morning to talk to you guys out there. Vignesh, I know you're on the run and you're running all over the place, and to fit you into this program this morning, I know was a challenge, but I know this is extremely important to you and to Absa, and of course, Vignesh, who is the head of sales and distribution for SME business and business banking at Absa. Vignesh, it's always an incredible moment for me to chat to you.
Good morning once again to the NSBC, to all of our viewers, and happy Small Business Friday.
So, Vignesh, thank you for your time. And I know that you personally are a huge advocate of small business. I know Absa is for many years, and you know I am for many years. And after this discussion, I'm going out there. You know, last year I don't even remember Vignesh. I put this right against the screen, and I think half of South Africa saw my my credit card number. So I'm just kind of keeping away a bit today. But go out there and support the local. Vignesh, I've got to ask a couple of important questions because, you know, as a bank, Absa, you listen to these stories. A big part of your campaign is storytelling. And why are SMEs so important, such an important part of the economy, and why is Absa so focused on supporting them?
Mike, it goes without saying, SMEs are the lifeblood of our economy. Whether you talk about GDP, whether you talk about employment and job creation, whether you talk about things like innovation, SMEs are at the heart of it. If you listen to Mlungisi's story just now, in terms of the post-COVID or post-pandemic opportunity that came up, the heart of innovation as well is well within SMEs, and so it's such an important part of the economy for us as Absa. Another big thing for us as well is, we do take note of the challenges. Yeah, Absa Small Business Friday, such an important movement for us. I think you've already asked earlier, really, that we ask everyone to go out there today and support small businesses, not just today, but all the time. And Small Business Friday is also a means to create access to markets and demand for SMEs. It's a really great program that it incentivizes Absa customers to go and make purchases from SMEs that are part of the program. And so we really want to encourage everyone to make this is a movement. Mike, we say it all the time. Absa Small Business Friday is a movement. It's about mobilizing the country to go out and support SMEs today. So really, thanks once again for the opportunity. That's really the message. If anything didn't come through earlier, that is the message I want to share with everyone, and really ask you to go out and support local, support small business. Audrey made a great point earlier. When you look at that basket, check how many products are from local suppliers and so local businesses. And that's what Small Business Friday is about. It's about creating that movement to support small business in South Africa. Mike, as you always say, there's nothing small about small business. Small business is big business. And so we really want to encourage everybody to join the movement. Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, Vignesh, your words are important, and that's what South Africa wanted to hear from you, and you've said it, and a bit of a delay, but there wasn't for me a delay. It was just about having some more fun. And Vignesh, and just for the people out there, every Friday we celebrate Absa and NSBC on Absa Small Business, celebrate a small business. We get thousands and thousands of requests for us to be able to recognize these every Friday. So as Vignesh alluded, it's not just on today. Today is the peak of the movement, but every day is Absa Small Business, and every Friday is Absa Small Business Friday. But the big celebration day is the first Friday of spring. So it's a 365-day movement. And so follow the movement. You must just have a look at these amazing businesses we celebrate every Friday. And of course, they're all champions. Just like William Giese and Audrey, they're all champions in business. And of course, I've got another question. I hope we can get to this one, Vignesh. Why is it important for consumers throughout the nation, not just SMEs, to get involved in Absa Small Business Friday?
You've really got to create that demand towards our SMEs, Mike. We're a big believer in creating access to markets. You'll see a little bit of a clip later that Leanne will share around how we are now using e-commerce and allowing businesses to set up their online storefronts in a matter of minutes to really drive demand to the SMEs. And in keeping with that spirit, Small Business Friday is exactly that. What we do for our Absa personal customers is that we give them double earn back, in terms of their spend at small businesses that are part of the program. And so you're not just incentivizing the business, but you're also incentivizing the individuals that go and use their cards, at these SMEs that are participating in the program. And so we're a big believer in creating access to markets and creating demand for businesses and for SMEs specifically. And so we're taking that to the next level now, with our ShopRed platform that Leanne will share a little bit later in the session. And I really want to encourage everybody to make use of the technology to drive demand towards you. And we as Absa will continue doing, these kind of platforms and these kind of programs to mobilize the country to support small business and support local. Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, Vignesh, I've got one final question because, I know I can answer this myself, and I always do. From a brand perspective, how does Absa Small Business Friday set Absa apart from the other banks?
Mike, as Absa, what makes us different is that we have a holistic approach towards entrepreneurship. We've positioned ourselves as the bank of the entrepreneur. As Absa SME, we have now won, Absa South Africa's best bank for SMEs, not once, but 2 years in a row. And so we're really keen to support SMEs in the country. Small Business Friday is just a tangible, proof point of that promise. It allows us to use our scale, our influence, and promote SMEs to millions of customers across the country. And we also have really, really strong sector expertise. So whether you're in franchising, wholesale and retail, manufacturing, transport and logistics, agriculture, we have this deep sector expertise, and that really sets us apart, from other players. Whilst the products and stuff are out there, as Absa, we offer relationship banking. It's really about understanding customers at a holistic level and understanding what their needs are. And Absa Small Business Friday is a commitment, for us about how we advocate for small businesses in the country. So it really sets us apart, as a bank.
Yeah, but Vignesh, you can see the chat box. It's like an absolute frenzy, and I think you can see how grateful people are and what you do. And I've got to know you over the years, Vignesh. You and of course the managing executive Ronnie, passionate about small businesses. You don't just like many companies. I'm not going to. They put their banners up and their flags up, but they don't do it. In my opinion, I say it because I'm a big supporter of Absa, as you know. You do it. You do what you say you're going to do, and you've done that, and so we're truly grateful. And we can't, Vignesh, we can't do what we do without you, your team, and Absa as a brand. And so we really thank you. And I know these attendees out there are also very grateful in what you do, not just today, every single day of the year. And in driving the economy and driving the success and helping these small businesses overcome these challenges. And I know your team helps them. I mean, I for many years I've witnessed that. So it's and of course, from the merchants out there as well, and go out there and support these small businesses. Usual. And if you haven't got an Absa card or a debit card, phone our team. If our team can just put up our info at NSBC Africa. We can link all you attendees out there to assist you to get this sorted out, because it's a big part of the future. And I know that Absa gives great rewards on Fridays and on an ongoing basis to all the merchants out there. But Vignesh, I'm not sure if you've got any closing. You've said any closing words from your side, Vignesh?
No, once again, just thanks to the NSBC, Mike, to yourselves. Thanks to Mlungisi as well as Audrey for sharing their stories. As you mentioned, our strapline is your story matters. Your stories absolutely matter. Everybody that's in the chat, that is joined, that is engaging us, thanks for joining us. It's really great for us, a great opportunity for us. And really just join the movement. That's what this is about. Mike, as we always say, if we can mobilize, millions of South Africans to go out and support SMEs, not just today, every single day, we can really create the kind of momentum we need in our economy. And so that's really the message I want to leave with everybody. As you can see, usually, Mike, when we get to the first week of September, we say it's spring, but it still feels like it's winter. Now it's actually nice and warm. I'm sure it's getting everybody's spirits up. And so really in that spirit, go out and support SMEs so that they can really flourish. And just thanks once again for the opportunity. Thanks, Mike.
Absolutely. There's a great comment from Matabani. Thank Absa for your initiative. It's so special because you recognize our efforts. Thank you for those kind words. So Vignesh, Mlungisi, and Audrey, we're going to show a nice ending video. Please, and also all the very best. Thank you for this morning. I've always enjoyed this immensely. To all our attendees out there, please go out and support the small. It's vital for you. It's vital for the economy. And at the same time, we will make sure that everybody goes out and supports you guys out there this morning. So thank you for your time, and all the very best, and see you next time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Launch, sell, grow. It's that simple. Say hello to ShopRed, your all-in-one solution to start selling online and in-store effortlessly. Increase your reach and customer base with ShopRed. Your store is open 24/7, so customers can shop anytime, from anywhere. Expand your business without the big infrastructure costs and technical skills typically required for online presence. List and manage products, manage customer orders and inventory effortlessly. Track your performance with built-in analytics. Get real-time insights to grow smart with ShopRed. Give your customers a smooth and safe shopping experience with our secure payment gateway. Grow your brand and sales with ShopRed. Seamlessly share your product, drive traffic, and boost sales online. Ready to simplify your online business? Start now. Visit our website www.absa.co.za to get started.